Okay, bullion stackers and investors, I'm going to try and make a quick video on how to use this bullion calculator. I find it easy to start out on the My Bullion tabs, the second tab, and it's pretty easy. Everything on the left is your silver, everything on the right is your gold. Gold is done in grams, silver is done in ounces. Anything in yellow, you can input whatever you want. For example, if your goal for silver is 100 ounces, you put that and it tells you that you're 30% to your goal. We'll start out with 1,000. Same thing for your gold. If your goal is 10 ounces of gold, you're 30% with what you have purchased right here. That's pretty easy. You really don't want to click anywhere in any other colored boxes. There's formulas all in here, and even some of the white boxes have formulas in them as well. So do your best to only input things in yellow. You can put stuff here in the white, but we'll get to that later. And that's when you go to sell your bars. So let's start out with silver. You just bought 100 1-ounce bars for 1,500 bucks. This thing goes ahead and it tells you the math automatically, saying you paid $15 an ounce. You have 100 ounces. If you look up here, it tells you that your grand total of ounces is 130, 4 kilos, 10.83 troy pounds. You have 103 bars sitting here in front of you, and you're 13% to your 1,000-ounce goal. This does the math, and it tells you that you have paid $15.12 per ounce, which is $1.12 over the current spot price. And this 95% thing I have on both sides is just kind of something for me, because the local guy around here pays you 5% under spot for your bullion. So you don't really need to know anything about that unless you just want to use that as a reference. But we'll continue back with this. We'll say it's another Scottsdale bars. And you could put serial numbers here or whatever you want, just to kind of keep track of exactly what Scottsdale you spent 1,500 bucks on. So whenever you put your stuff in here, it automatically inputs up here to your total investment is 1,965 bucks. Total spot value is 1,820. The difference is $145. Not too bad. You're negative 7.38%. This side works the same way. For your gold, everything's in grams. I kind of like to just, so if I bought an ounce, do that there. Bought 1 bar, goes ahead right here and tells me that I've got those grams. And let's say I spent $11.40 on that bar. This will go ahead and tell me that I've spent $36.65 per gram. My total price paid per gram is $36.25. I'm 95 cents per gram over spot. And then you come down here and this kind of says, here's your ounces. If you add all this stuff up, or sorry, all these up, gives you 124 grams, which is 4 ounces. And it tells you that your average price per ounce is $11.2750, $29.50 over per ounce. Let's see here. So the math thing I was telling you about, when you go to sell a bar, you just do this, whatever it was you bought, equals minus And we'll go to bar sold. So that's going to be G10. And you do the same thing here. You'll say equals minus H10. So this kind of helps out later on when you go to sell your stuff. And we'll just say you sold 50 of these wonderful bars for $1,200 to somebody or whatever it was. That goes ahead and subtracts 50 from here. Saying you got 50 bars left. And this $1,200 gets subtracted from here, saying that you pretty much now have spent $300 on 50 bars or 50 ounces at $6 a piece. And then all this turns green because you're now positive since you made such a great sale and you're such a wise investor. You come over here, it says that you're positive $355 on your investment for silver, and you're 46% in the positive. So that's not that bad. Total investments $765. Spot of what you still own is worth $1120. Same thing on this side. You're just going to do equals minus 010 and this 1140 equals 1140 minus P10. We'll say it's a PAMP also. But yeah, same thing. So you go and you say you're going to sell this bar you bought, you know, a couple months, years from now, whatever. Let's say you sell it for $1,500 because you're awesome, and you just made $360. And again, all this stuff does the math and color change for you automatically, saying that you're now invested $3,000. It's worth $3,200. You're up $284, which is 9%. This middle one, kind of self-explanatory, total investment. It takes both these and adds them up, puts them here. Spot price of everything. Here's your total percent. You are 16%, almost 17 in the positive. So you're doing pretty good on your investment right now. But let's go ahead and get rid of this stuff right here so we can look at the next page. Remember, only delete things or input things in the yellow sections, because everything else has those formulas. All right, so let's pretend this is your bullion that you own right now. And here's where you're at with everything. So let's go to the calculator. This is where you input your spot price. Spot price, I think, for silver is $14.07, something like that. And I think gold is $1,100, something like that, $1,150, I think. All right, when you update that spot price, it automatically on this page does all the math and tells you $1.43 now instead of $1.50 or whatever it was before, and updates your percentages and everything. So that's cool. On this page, everything on this top line is silver, done in ounces again. Everything right here on the second line, third, fourth line, whatever you call it, is your gold, done in grams. Again, on this page, you only want to input things in the yellow sections because there are formulas hidden around here in the blues sometimes. So if you accidentally mess up, it might mess up something else down the road. But here on the left, all this is a quick reference for gold prices. at 5% over and 10% over spot. This is silver in ounces at 5% and 10% over spot. So it's real easy. If you're looking at some 100 ounces of silver, you can automatically, instead of coming up here and typing in 100 ounces and the guy's asking 15.40 for it, you know, this automatically tells you that it's 10% over. And you can go from there. It really helps out if you're doing like something weird like 75 ounces or something that is different. And then everything automatically updates. It goes ahead and tells you that 75 ounces of silver is worth $1,055, and let's say the guy's got it listed for $1,100. All this stuff changes colors, and it tells you everything you need to know about what's going on. I'll explain all this here in a minute. But so this guy's got 75 ounces of silver at 1407 spot. The bar is worth $10.55. He's got it for sale for $1,100. This automatically tells you that you're paying 60 cents over spot for a grand total of $14.67. It tells you that it's 4.24% over spot. It's in green. I got anything 5 and under in green, and above is orange, and then anything over 10 is red. I'll just show you real quick. 1500. Boom, turns to red. But so if you look at this part right here, this key, this block, this 9.23%, this is your investment. This number comes from this page over here. So 9.23 in silver, 9.23. This tells you if you bought these 75 ounces at $1,100, you're paying 4.24% over spot, and it will bring your total average of silver down to 5.60. Works the same way for your gold right here. Gold's done in grams because not everybody can afford a freaking ounce of gold all the time. So you got your ounce of gold in here. This is your spot price. Tells you that your bar is worth $11.50. You found a bar somewhere for $11.25. This tells you that you're paying 79 cents over gram. Your gram purchase will be $36.17, and you're paying 2.23% over spot for that ounce of gold. This is saying that your current investment is at 2.03, again coming from this page. And if you bought this ounce of gold at this price, it would make your investment go up. That's why it turned red. So, but 2% is still pretty good. It's going to make it go up by point, was that 4 or so? So that's these two lines. Okay. Now if you come down here to this little section right here, this is your current total investment. This is the current value, and this is the current percent you are negative at this time. And all that comes again from this page. This shows you if you bought these 75 ounces of silver at $1,100, it would bring your average down to 5.60, but would actually make your total investment, gold and silver, go the wrong way. It would go to 3.16, and by how much? Negative 0.26 of a percent. So it all depends on what you're trying to do. If you are really upside down in silver and you're just trying to bring your average down for silver, you could buy this. You're getting it at 4.24% and it'd bring it down to 5.6, but your total investment would actually go the wrong way, which is still kind of okay as long as you're not really paying over what you're actually at right now. And right here, this example says 9.23. This is under, which is good. That's great. It'll bring you down if you bought the 75 ounces. But your total investment will go the wrong way. Same thing for the gold section. If you bought this ounce of gold at 11.25, it's going to make your average of your gold go up, but it will actually make your total investment come down to 2.74, and by how much? 0.16%. So all this stuff changes colors as well. I'll show you. Let's say you got a really good deal on this ounce of gold. You're actually paying 50 cents less, which is awesome. Bring your average down to 152. Brings your total investment down, and by how much? 0.66. So what I do, a rule of thumb that I use, if this is green, this is green, this is green, and this is green, buy it. Just make it happen no matter what. All the stars have aligned and everything's great. This part of the calculator I added a little later. If there's a guy in town that has a premium of $1 over spot for silver, and you've got $500 burn a hole in your pocket, it tells you that you can get 33 ounces. That's 7% over spot is what that is. A lot of places charge $2. So there you go. There's that. 31 ounces. Same for gold. Some places charge $25, and you have $1,500 burning a hole in your pocket. 1.33 ounces of gold. Grams is the same thing. $1,500 burning a hole, and these guys charge 75 cents over a gram. You get 41 grams. So that's a quick reference. I think I already covered this left side. It's talking about your ounces for gold. Quick reference for ounces. Quick reference for grams. Here's your coins, your tenths, your quarters, your halves, your 20ths. Again, 5% over spot, 10% over spot. Silver, 5, 10, kilo. This page right here is just something I've been working on. Probably 100 billion% inaccurate, but something to mess around with. There's some dude on eBay selling 50 fingers from those computer chips or RAM cards. From all the videos I've watched and this and that and yada yada, you'll have about $13 worth of gold in those fingers. Pounds, ounces, grams. I wouldn't really use this. It's just something I'm messing with. I'm just not gonna take it off the calculator I send you. But let me know how this works for you guys. If there's anything that needs to be improved on or tweaked or just whatever. Just something I was messing around with for a couple weeks, months, just doing all the formulas and things. So it's helped me out. Hopefully it'll help you guys. But yeah, I'd really like some feedback. Let me know what you guys think. Take it easy. Good luck. Have fun.